So hey Luis, how you doing?
Pretty good. How are you, Morgan?
Doing pretty good myself. I know we got a lot to talk about. And I'm gonna give you some suggestions here for what I think we should do going forward with our company. Because I know Alan was here and I was kind of putting his shoes, and I've seen some of the suggestions he's had, and um, I've kind of tweaked a little bit and done my own thing. So I'll just give you some suggestions, but I just want to start this off by saying, you're the boss, you call the shots. And these are just my suggestions. I'm not saying we have to do this, but I think it would really greatly help our company going forward because we obviously have some issues going on here. Um, so the first thing I want to tell you is my goal. My goals are to increase sales. In the future months, we know sales have been taking a hit tremendously bad. Um, and the American dollar, it was 3 pesos. Now it's equivalent to 9 pesos. I mean, we got a lot of stuff going on here, and that's not in our favor. So we got to see what we can do. Um, so I do want to increase the sales in the future months, and I do want to reduce the expenses at the Guadalajara site that we have. Um, so obviously, what we got going on with the sales crew, I think what we could do is we could cut a trainer and the receptionist. I feel like with our sales crew that we have there, they don't really need a receptionist. They can just make calls, do what they need to do all day. And if we take away one of the trainers, that'll allow us to have some more money, some more leeway. And I do want to get at least 3 more salespeople on board, get them trained, get them up to par. And if we do get those 3 on board, we'll still be under budget. I'm just looking at some numbers, crunching some numbers together. Um, and I know that was something Alan wanted to do, but he never really told me why it never happened. I don't know if he brought it up to you before, but that's one thing that I think we should really do because we have to get sales to increase. Um, Now, what I think the biggest problem here with the sales is the how the commission works and the compensation. It looks like it's more of a pool versus individual. And what I'm looking at here, just crunching some numbers together, I mean, we have 3 of the poorest performers in our company. They're making the same as the 2 highest performers on the sales floor. And I can't make sense of it. I'm trying to put some things together. It just doesn't make sense to me. I know you're close. One of them's your brother. But I just don't think that that's going to work going forward. I think we should make it more individually based. We need to make these people hungry, make them kind of work for themselves. That's how sales works in the United States. I know there might be some differences there, but we got to get these people hungry and we got to get this stuff increased. And if we keep it going at this rate, it's going to stay stagnant or even get worse. And I don't want that to happen. Um, so that's just my suggestion for the sales and what we should do there. Now, as far as the Guadalajara site, um, I mean, we just can't keep any employees. We have temporary employees. That's obviously an issue. We have no absenteeism, no attendance policy. I mean, it's a mess there. We can't keep anybody. So I think we should really work hard on implementing some sort of attendance or absenteeism policy going forward. And if we can find a solid 5 people to keep on the line, we can cut it from 7 to 5 and just rely on them going forward. I think that would help us out a lot because these people are coming into work, and if they know they don't have to be there, what are they
Mm-hmm.
doing? They're just gonna go home.
Yeah.
Um, and then as far as the sales goes going forward, and this is kind of a number that we can kind of discuss and see what you suggest. I know the department only allows us to do a 10% off um, the sales price. I'm thinking we can maybe increase that to 20. Um, I know that's high, 20% off the price is high, but we need to get a demand going. And I think if we gave some good deals
Mm-hmm.
um, and kind of had everything aligned here, we could really, really, really increase sales and just help our business going forward because we were struggling really hard. So I
Yeah.
those are my suggestions. You can tell me what you think, kind of what you have going forward. But like I said, at the end of the day, you call the shots. I just think this would really help us out.
Um, yeah, I think those are some great suggestions, but really I'm not really ready to talk about any business. Um, at this point, as far as the sales and the goals and other thing, I'm a little bit reserved about sharing any information or really wanting to think about that yet at this point. Can we talk about it at a later time?
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine with me. I really think we gotta get something going here. What do you suggest?
Um, let's see.
What do you think we should do
Keeping
to increase sales, or what do you think we should do about Guadalajara? Because I mean, it's a mess down there. Um, and as far as the discount, I mean, we really gotta figure something out. You know?
Yeah, yeah, we do. I just haven't really considered a lot of it yet. I've thought about it, but I'm really not ready to discuss um, what direction we go with resolving these issues. I know that there's opportunity that I do have here and in other places, and I don't feel comfortable discussing anything yet.
Okay. So, I mean, do you want to tell me your ideas?
I have a few, but was wondering more um, probably about you personally.
Okay.
Keep in mind I'm in character. This is probably you're probably like, what in the world? Okay, just more about uh, more about your history, maybe with the company or your family. Like it, I'm being in involved in this company. I'm only 28 years old and have a high level of responsibility. I've been married for 8 years. I have 3 children. So I wondered if you could relate to any of those things.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I have kids myself. I have 3 kids myself. I'm a coach for the little league soccer team for my daughter. I have kids. I definitely understand. Um,
Yeah,
so I'm just wondering how
football.
that in any way, shape, or form is relatable to what we have with our work situation.
It's it's really not, but I believe it in our culture it makes us more comfortable to address the situations with work and in business when we're at a level of of understanding um, with each other's history or employment or family.
Yeah, and I totally get that. I'm here to help you. I want things to get better for us. You're at the helm. I just want things to get better. So it's completely up to you what we do going forward. But those are just my suggestions and what I think would be best for you and I. Um, I'm not in
Okay.
this for myself. I'm a team player. At the end of the day, I'm going to do what's best for our company. So
Yeah. Football or soccer is one of my favorite sports. And also thinking about the company um, being involved in this at such an early age and having an ownership in it, there is a lot at stake. So I consider um, the things that you bring up to be very important. And I'd like to kind of go one by one and take a look and see where we're at as far as the pricing and the sales goals or maybe advertising or commission, and look at those individually and see how we can do what's best for everyone.
okay,
Does that sound? I think that sounds fair. So I know that you mentioned the pricing in the sales goals at the point of sale. What were you thinking about changing that? What percentage do you think
Well,
was fair?
I know the company's only allowing us to do a 10% off the sales price. And I just really think if we could bump it up to maybe 20, I mean 15, even 15 would work. Just anything that would help us increase our sales. I mean, at the end of the day, we're not making money right now, and that's the issue.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
and
there's a
sometimes
devaluation in the peso that's affecting that in certain regions where the discount I think is warranted to to help. I think as we discount it, we can make up for it with the increased sales.
right, right,
And we're currently, I think, is it at 10%?
yeah,
I'd be willing to. I think I think probably in the ballpark of 15% would be fair.
okay, that works for me. That definitely works for me. We do 15%. So we'll increase it by 5. So, what do you think as far as the Guadalajara side? I mean, what are we going to do about that? I mean, what we have to figure something out now, because if we don't, we're not going to have any workers to produce what we're trying to sell. And that's going to be a problem. Do you
Um,
think the attendance policy would be something that you'd consider implementing, and I could help you get it going and see if that would help us, keep our employees? And like I said, if we could reduce from 7 to 5, we'll save money if we can just keep 5 of them.
hmm. The attendance could be an issue, but um, there's also there's also the issue in that area with those people. In as a whole, it's hard for any of them to get back and forth to work. And similar companies may offer things such as a like an allotment or an allowance to go back and forth to work, or there could be an opportunity for maybe an attendance bonus of,
Yeah.
of of some sorts that would reward employees for maintaining a perfect attendance for a given amount of time.
Right.
So I think um, I think a lot of the labor issues could be fixed if we could understand culturally what is happening there, and do what we can to encourage um, attendance, but also make it possible for those with limited resources.
Okay. Yeah, I'd love to do that. I'd love to help some people out. I totally understand that situation. Um, so yeah, we
I
could do
think
that going forward.
I think it would bring loyalty to the employees, and I think once we achieve that, combined with possibly increased sales with our discount, that we could see increased production by adding some of those positive
Right.
things. So would you agree to a maybe a transportation program as a benefit
Yeah.
to employees, and a bonus program? I don't know what the details of that would be, but it would be something feasible, some
Yeah.
type of bonus program or structure that rewards attendance.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be awesome, and I think that would help a lot. And that would be perfect, especially because you mentioned that area there, and I think that would really help us get some employees and have them stay, like you said, and build loyalty. That's what we need, is people that are going to stay.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's
Okay.
perfect. I mean, we got the 15%, we got that. So the compensation for the sales and how the commissions ran. I mean, if you don't want to discuss that, I totally get it. You know, you're the boss, you call the shots. Um,
Hmm.
but honestly though, if things keep going the way they do with the way that commission is, it's we're gonna be in deep, deep water and it's not gonna be good.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I feel like commission structure is important, but it's not the only motivator or avenue for marketing. And it could be that maybe we would want to talk about advertising and promotion before commission, because I think that's one of the bigger issues on the plate is how to increase advertising in promotion to line up with our sales team.
Okay.
Would you mind to discuss that first?
Yeah, we could do that. I totally agree. You
Okay.
know, we definitely got to get out there and um, you know, you be more well recognized, get ourselves out there with advertising and stuff. So could we at least, you know, increase our sales staff by at least 3 people? I mean, you think that would be doable?
Let's see.
We'll get them trained, and like I said, I looked at some numbers, and it's going to keep us under budget, so we're not losing any money by putting 3 more people. And we need to increase sales, so that'll help us. And we could get some experienced people in sales that could kind of build a good
Hmm.
team, like you said. You know, get some loyalty, get some good people in here, and I think that'll help us. You know, in the long run and the short run, immediately.
Okay. Um, in this country, it's especially important to consider employees like family. So bringing on new employees is always a good thing, but it's like bringing in family where there's certain benefits here that you might not see other places. For instance, there could be after a year of employment with us, if they did decide to leave, they would still be eligible to still receive monetary compensation from the company in different holidays, Christmas, and things like that. We could expect to pay between 1 and 2 weeks of their salary as a bonus. So even to bring on an employee, there's also an added cost with that. And I would want to be for sure that we're doing the right thing and that we don't count out some of our other um, employees and maybe give them a chance to rise up to the same level. Perhaps talking about the commission structure for the employees that we have, um, and maybe coming to terms on that would help us to decide if we really want to have new hires at this time or not.
Okay. Well, like I said, it's your decision. I really think that, you know, we got to I mean, you know, I know he's your brother and all, but he's a school teacher. He has no experience in sales. How do you expect us to get better when we don't have the necessary staff that has the experience that we need? I mean, I get that, you know, it's important in your country to treat your employees like family or have your family work with you, but you know, we have to figure something out there. We have to get people in there that are going to know sales and be able to increase our numbers. And I mean, looking at your brother's numbers, you know, I'm not trying to. I know he's your brother, but his numbers just aren't good. He's not selling anything. I mean, he's barely selling anything. He has one of the highest salaries in the company. I mean,
There is yes, there is where other sales individuals they excel way better than he does, and he is my brother, a former teacher, but he left teaching to come to this company, and he's very knowledgeable about the operations here at at the company, but also he is vested in this and helped provide a portion of our ability to start up. So I know it can be seen to some on the outside as he's my brother, or it could look like nepotism. But in this scenario, he helped to get this company where we're at today.
Okay.
So we have to
Well, what do you what do you think?
consider.
What do you think? Why don't we just have him? Why don't we put him in a different position then? Because if he's not selling, then we could put him in a different department or have him work with you. I mean, there's a lot of other options we have here. But if he's not selling at the end of the day, our company's not making money, and that's our number one issue. So we can maybe move him to a different department or figure something else out for him because his numbers here are they're just not good, and you know that, and I know that.
Mhm.
So we could get him in a different department, hire 3 more people on, and then we get some experience in here, get some people to know what they're doing, and that'll help everything run smoother. We'll be better at what we're doing. Experience can really, really help us right now.
Mhm. Um, I would agree to that. Um, I can see where he could be better utilized in other places. So I would agree to have him move to a different apartment or department, but retain him on because of his investment within the
Right,
company. I
right.
think that gives loyalty there. So I would agree to that. We could find a different department that he could be a part of or head up.
Okay. Sounds good to me. So I mean, I guess we got everything. I mean, are we in agreement that you think we could go ahead and cut one of the trainers and receptionists? We think that would be, I think that's something that we really need to consider.
Hmm. Let's see. Maybe not at this point. Perhaps talking about the commission structure would help. I mean, I guess I guess where I see this as is that we're moving through this in solving problems, and I think the problems that we have come to an agreement on so far, I think are going to help the company excel.
Right.
Um, with the cost of replacement as we move in the right direction, we could be kicking ourselves in the butt saying, hey, maybe we shouldn't have let them go.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, they're not helping us. We're a sales company. We sell things. We need one trainer, and we don't. What do we need a receptionist for? I mean, we have people there. They know what they have to do. They make calls. They do what they're supposed to do. So it's just it's cutting into our budget. It's it's dead weight at that point. But that's just what I think.
Okay. Hmm. We probably don't. Let's see. I'd be wary about getting rid of the trainer. I do believe that's important unless we had some way, especially you also mentioned taking on additional staff in the sales side. Is that right?
Yeah.
Um, I think to lose the trainer might be
Well, we have two. We
uh,
only need one.
okay.
Of course, we're not gonna hire employees and get rid of both of our guys that are out there training. I mean, we just don't need two of them. I mean, you gotta see this for what it is. Our staff is very small. We don't have that many people. We don't need two trainers. It's pretty much pointless. We just need one, cut the receptionist, hire 3 more people, and I mean, that's gonna help. And like I said, if we get people in here that have experience and know what they're doing, that's a win-win.
Yeah, I could agree to cut it down to just one trainer, but I think the receptionist, while it's really not essential, it does still give us a person there to field calls and gives us a face for anybody who might come in on location.
Okay. I understand that.
So we can, would you agree to, we would have one trainer and we can also retain the receptionist?
Okay, that sounds good. That sounds really good. Cause we might have some people stop in and we're gonna need, like you said, we'll probably need a face that can help with that. So yeah, I mean,
There
everything looks
could be
good.
ways to make her job more efficient or make her multifaceted to do other things. But I think that's a good compromise. And I guess in dealing with the commission structure, um, it is important that people get what they deserve. I agree with that, but there could come an issue of unfairness uh, in in this country when it's when people are doing the same job. This one's a hard one for me. When they're all doing the same job, they should be compensated equally, and the job, maybe not as much of the results um,
Yeah,
of
but at the end
of
of the
what
day,
you
this
see.
this is sales though, man. This is
Yeah.
this is all about who is selling and who's not. At the end of the day, that's what you have to consider. We don't make cars, we don't produce. I mean, we have our front line at Guadalajara, but these guys have to sell, and if you're not pulling your weight, you're not pulling your weight. And we're paying them to sit there while the two other top performers are getting the same compensation as our three poorest performers on the floor. There's just that's
Mhm.
wacko to me.
If we brought in, I don't I don't know if we have enough to bring in three additional salespeople, but what if we brought in two?
Okay.
And the reason I ask this is because that's going to give us a pool of we have our top people, we have our bottom people, and then we have our new people. And I think if we do that, it could create some new level of competition, and it might give us better data to analyze, are these guys really our top people,
I mean, the numbers.
or are our new hires our top people, or do our underperformers start performing better because there's more people there? What do
Okay.
you think about what do you think about bringing in two of those two new hires, in that maybe, it's hard to say because I'm not for sure, maybe in 6 months or a year time,
Okay.
come back and reevaluate the commission structure, and not change it now, but maybe award a bonus for our top, number one and number two person.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
You see what I'm getting at? Give us some time to bring in new faces, and then evaluate it, and see where everybody is, so that it is fair.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Two new sales. In 6 months, would you want to revisit the commission structure and then
Yeah, we can.
decide
Yeah, we can do that.
on either changing commission structure or instituting a bonus?
Either way is good with me. I just think we got to get the commission figured out sooner rather than later. It's up to you.
Okay. I think those are some good things. I think we
We've got
I think we
everything
pretty
covered.
much we pretty much resolve things.
Yeah, we got all our bases covered going forward. It's been a pleasure speaking with you. And like I said, I'm just here to help you, help our
Yep.
company at the end of the day. So I'm looking forward to how we
And
can
I
handle. other things.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. And I think this gives us a lot to start with and then to go back and evaluate. And it gives us opportunity to grow and get better and better.
Right.
So I thank you for your time today. And I guess we call it a wrap at that. Now we do the other part of it, the what is it? Like evaluation. You know
Yeah,
what I
I'm gonna
mean?
go ahead and stop the recording.
Okay.